Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Sa na we anyo
Good evening, folks. Samson told Abra Pub Radio. We're here again this evening. We say thank you, Jesus. Thank God for everything. Thank God for everything. Again, happy Monday afternoon to all of you, and Monday evening to all of you. Those of you that are listening, we say thank God. We ask that you please share this video, share it to as many brothers and sisters as possible. We want them to join us so we can have a conversation about our country as well. Thank you again tonight for joining us. We appreciate all of you as usual. Please, whatever you do, share this video to as many as brothers and sisters to be able to be part of this conversation tonight. It's wonderful to be here again. We say thank God, thank God. God is just wonderful to all of us. We appreciate it. Safety, Lord Jesus. We want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for this wonderful, wonderful day that you are giving us. We're not entitled to it. You give it to us, and we want to thank you. We ask that you continue to give us many more days to come. Because through you we are here, because of you we are here, and because of you we will be here again tomorrow. My Lord, help us all, guide us, give us wisdom. My Lord, we said again, we ask that the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed, the President of the Republic of Liberia be blessed as well. Whatever he touches in the interest of the Liberian people, that indeed his hand will be blessed. Whichever door he knocks in the interest of the Liberian people, my Lord, we ask that that door be open in your name. My Lord, we ask again tonight, as our brothers and sisters are watching, those brothers and sisters that are not in peace tonight, provide peace for them. Those brothers and sisters, my Lord, that are yet to be healed, heal them. We ask that you provide that. We pray that you provide that. Only you is the only medicine for anything that happens to any of us. Thank you. Thank you for that opportunity. My Lord, we ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Welcome, Samson Toll. I'm not going to be calling Rescue 2 tonight because Rescue 2 told us yesterday that he's going to be busy this week and he will not be able to join us tonight. Thank you all for tuning in to Labrador Pub Radio. Thank you very much. Stay with us. Stay with us as we have some serious conversation to be had tonight. I try my best because I'm not a young person anymore to just throw myself out there. I'm a little bit older now, but I saw something today that really shook me, and I'll just speak briefly on that. And many of you who know me know my condition and my relationship with the doors. So I am not here to say anything more than that. But the statement that was made tonight by Isaac Dole about Mommy Dole, this daughter of former President, late President Dole, is unacceptable. First of all, she's a lady, and second, she's Grand Jita County's daughter. Doesn't matter what kind of relationship I have with Dole. She's a daughter for all of us. I have kids myself. I say, Dole, you are a agreeable man. For a agreeable man to speak among people like that, it's really, really. I was surprised because in the Southeast, when you talk about people with sense, sensible people who speaks among people with dignity, people who speak among people with culture, it's the gravel. For you to come and open your mouth on a woman because your love of George Weah, I said, no, I have high respect for you. You're an educated person. You have kids. And even if Mommy Doe has misbehaved, you're going to address our daughter like that in public? I said, Doe, because of the love for President we have, and you're going to deny publicly what President Doe did for we are. I said, Doe, you were not born in this country. You were from the countryside, just like every one of us. You better be careful with the culture. You cannot abuse. You cannot talk to women like that because your love for President Weah, and maybe she might have said something that offended you. And you're going to defend President Weah at all costs. The words that will not even come out of President Weah's mouth to that girl. You're coming out of your mouth like that. You don't know that the woman, she got mind power. I don't agree with them. You guys know my name. But I will not sit here and let this thing go by without me making a comment. I don't know much about it because I try to stay out of it. I try to stay out of it completely because I know when I open, oh, Samson told not cry again. Oh, we know that Samson told. But that has nothing. You cannot disrespect with me, especially a woman from Grand Gila County. I said, oh, you crazy? I owe now. If I was still young, I said, oh, I was going to take you on. Because you cannot insult a woman from Grand Gila County like that and expect to get away with it. We will not insult you, but we will make comments. We will make comments. She's not coming to your house begging you for food. She's not coming to your house begging you for money. President Weah went over there and people believe that he was disrespectful as well. And this is exactly why she responded. I don't know the whole detail, but for you, I said, go to stay public. Gravel man to come and make these utterances among people. That's not Gravel style. That's not, I know Gravel people. Grand Jide used to have Gravel people in a county. Gravel G used to be Grand Jide. So we grew up with some of the Gravel people. We grew up with some of the Gravel kids. We know them. I know them. When I used to go, when I was living in Zwadru those days, go from Gravel town, house to man house from to another. When you go cut pantry, when you go pound one, when you go do pantry, cutting pantry, they wait your turn. They don't cut in front because they see you go cut plantations. and they see the other bamboo tree got all the touches. Then they, oh, I see that one. No, 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 no. The way you walk, you and grown man, you're walking. If you're first, you're first. If you're second, you're second. Gravel men will not jump up and make any kind of ridiculous statement coming from outside door. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Because of your love for a president, where you going to insult a young lady and make the kind of ridiculous statement like she's seeking fame, 15 minutes fame. What fame does she want, really? She's a daughter of a former president of the Republic of Lebanon. What? Oh, you mean because her father died now, therefore the fame died with the father? I said, though, I don't know. You people love for President we are get you to do some stupid stuff. I bet you, I said, though, I bet you, if this were wartime, you're able to kill somebody for President we are. For you to come as a gravel man, to speak about President Dollar like that in public. If it was wartime, you're able to kill somebody for President we are. Well, we'll find that out. I said, though, if Grand Gideon women don't put together and answer you, I don't think it's gonna go well. There are some Grand Gideons here that are just as much in love with President we are, just like you are. There are some Grand Gideons who love President we are, just like you are. From the time the election business started, since 2005, Grand Gideon always voted 95% or so for President. You're going to come and insult a daughter of Grand Gideon County, and you expect us not to rebuke you? You expect us not to rebuke you? You expect us not to come and rebuke you in public? My name is Samson Toe. Doe killed my little brother. Let me just make that clear. But that does not mean that the daughter of a Doe from Grand Gideon will be insulted publicly, and I will not say anything. Then why am I here on this platform? Why do I have this platform? Why do I pay money to this platform to be on here? It's not going to happen. And many of you that are supporters of President Weah, you better tell I said the what he did tonight was wrong. I bet you, I said, though, if people in your county, Gribble people, they're calling you right now and say that kind of behavior, don't bring it around me. People from Gribble County are ashamed of you tonight to talk to a woman like that. You know what people say when you make those kinds of statements? You know what they say? What people say? I don't want to say here. I don't want to say here. This is not us. Maybe I said, though, you've been in America too long. You've been in America for president. We are business for you to come and try to degrade a crown woman. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? But like I said, I'm too old now. They call me Bloku. I'm too old. I said, though, if I was still young, go ask some of your friends that are from Grand that country about me. Oh, because Doe did that to my brother, so now I just said I will not do that. What happened between Mommy Doe and Joy? We are nobody business. That is a problem. But because of your love for President, we are you going to come and insult a young crown girl. A young crown girl. I will leave it as that. I will leave it as that. I will leave it as that. I said, though, I will leave it as that because I know you. I've been listening to you. I don't agree with you on anything, but most of the time you sound intellectually engaged. And so I respect you for that. But tonight, you came off so raw as though you never even attended high school. You came off so raw. Unacceptable, Mr. Doe. Please engage, disagree, but put yourself together. You're way, way better than that. Stanton Witherspoon got to tell you, say you can't say anything about a woman. Stanton Witherspoon have to come and tell you, pretty much rebuke you publicly. I'll leave it as that. Okay, folks, let's move on. Let's move on. I'm just letting him know. Hopefully, he will watch this video, but it doesn't matter. Whether we fight war among ourselves in Grand United County, you come at one of us, you get to everybody. You come at one of us, you get to everybody. Whether we're fighting war among ourselves, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Don't do that. Don't do those kinds of stuff. Don't do that. President, we are went there to sympathize. A lot of people not happy the way things went down. But I'm not, that's not even my concern. Don't do that. You can't, that means any other crown girl that we respect and we call our daughter, you have the ability to do this. You can cuss any other crown girl without even thinking twice. You think we're stupid around here? Or you think no girls that are just running, those girls that are just here, they don't have no parent, they got no relative, they got no background, mommy do or not. That means if you were to see, you can't do that kind of thing to loafer girl. You can't do that kind of thing to any other. Why would you want to insult a crown girl? Yeah, I'll put it the crown way. Because you guys have no respect. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go further then. Again, folks, good evening. Thank you for joining us. It's just that my own little brother Isaac Doe went overboard tonight on their love for President Weah. He decided to go further than usual. And I just want to remind him that these are unacceptable behavior. I'm not a young person. I've been around Grand Gita Association, Grand Gita County for a very long, long time. I said, though, I've been around Grand Gita Association, Grand Gita business long before you were even born. So I'm not going to engage you right now. I'll let it go. But let me move on. Let me move on. Samson told Labra Pabrito. So, again, once again, I want to publicly say here to President Weah and CDC, thank you very much for listening to some of us. Because last night I was here, the day before that I was here pleading with CDC and President Weah to see reason not to put anybody in the street. And and I think the fact that yesterday I publicly stated that they shouldn't put anybody in the street to go to the police headquarters. I told you yesterday that these people were going to pay post bail and they were going to be free. And the best thing you can do is let these people sedition, let them come to the CDC headquarters and you celebrate with them. And that's exactly what happened today. And I'm very happy because every time we avert these kinds of engagement, we avert these kinds of police engaging citizens, which our brothers and sisters that are in the police for most of them don't have that kinds of training. There was a guy that was being identified today on social media as being somebody who killed sedition before in the past, and that person is now again ready to engage sedition. But President Weah and his people outsmart them and say, "We're not even coming there. All your trickle happy people, you stay there. You will not kill our children today." And therefore, I want to say to President Weah and the sedition, thank you very much for giving. But President Weah, I'm not that surprised because during the days of destruction, when Liberia was killing each other, you used to leave from Hero to come to Liberia to save life. So I don't see you. You might have said this, "Oh, I'll put you in this," but I don't see you doing those kinds of stuff when the likelihood of people, children getting hurt is high. That's not your style. So, but anyway, I know you've been around people who fought war a lot. You've been around people who fought war a lot, and some of them killer. So maybe they must have influenced you or what have you. But the way I see things, I think you haven't changed yet, and I want to appreciate it. I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you very much. Let's move on, folks. Samson to Labra Pabrito. Let's go to this. I'm still on Flanty case, and let me say, in the interest of fairness, that Flanty Kufa is a friend, and so when I speak here tonight, perhaps many of you might uh, suspect or think that my view are skewed towards Frantikova because he's a friend. So I want to let you know now that he's a friend, very close friend. So when I speak and you think my view are skewed towards Frantikova, you are entitled to judging my view. But what I will say here is what I believe and what I think is the facts here tonight. So let's go ahead. Back in the days when Frantikova was still here, Flatikova and myself was on the Liberty Party leadership committee, and there were just few of us at the time. So we met at Las Vegas on Liberty Party leadership meeting. So high profile member, some of them working in the government now. I can't call anybody. Were at the meeting, and Franti Kofa, there's another guy too. He's in Liberia now. He so much engaged. He decided to be the fly by night secretary for the group. He could write, of course. And but Flanty Kofa was one of those that because we believed that the way we were being treated by Ellen government did not go down well with many of us. And but Flanty Kofa was one of those that this thing they can only be engaged through intellectual engagement. Your words, your utterance, in this case, you have to be mindful what you say. At that time, we used to write on the perspective a lot. Facebook were there, but it was not as prevalent as it is now. And so, but people will write, and Flantikova would say, many of you guys write on the perspective, and I've been reading those things, but sometimes you can't let your anger take you to a place where you don't belong. And because there will come time tomorrow that these things will come back, they are writing. You have to be careful what you write. And so when Flantikova went back to Liberia, and decided to settle in Liberia before he became representative. He was the chairman of Liberty Party. And many of the gain Liberty Party had at the time was through Franti Kofa effort. Franti Kofa was not only working for getting Liberty Party to a position, but he made sure there was no conflict between the leading government officials and those that are in Liberty Party. He said, and he continued to say, we are in opposition to make sure not just to criticize the government, but to make sure that when we criticize the government, that it is constructive. Back then, the Flantikova. The Flantikova. So when Flantikova became representative, he went on. I knew when he got in the representative because before we used to call him, man, why you can't say I don't want that position. I don't want to be. I want to be a lawyer here. And then when he does the law test, I call him right away. Oh my man, hey, he said, "Be brother, something. Don't worry about it, my man. You know I can do anything, man. Don't worry about it." I said, "Oh, be a small brother. You did well. Congratulations." He said, "Be brother, don't worry about it." So Franti Kufa always been, and I will tell you something else the problem he got into in Liberia, I mean, here in the state, when they invest some of the paper that I've been reading, the investigation went on. And one of the things he said was, my people needed help. But that's not the issue. So Flantikova became deputy speaker. When he became speaker during the campaign, President Wakai and his people, Unity Party, will argue that indeed, which was a legitimate argument for them to make, that you cannot be the president and your political party, you don't have your own speaker. Their argument then was, Unity Party and their supporter argument was, why would you want President Bakar to be president and have a speaker from a different political party, opposition political party at that rate? How is that going to work, Mr. Toad? They asked. But of course, I was at that time conflicted because I supported President Bakar to defeat CDC. But here comes a seditian who happened to be a friend of mine. But the fact that he's a friend of mine, that was not that much weighing on me because I knew who this guy was. And I knew his ability to lead. And I knew his ability to put Liberia first. And I thought to myself, if this guy with the kinds of things that I know about him, if he was to be successful and become Speaker of the House of Representatives, he would guide the process and make sure that President Bakar is successful. So I went on this platform alone, stand alone, criticized by you know who, the northern politician, people from the northern Democrat politician that we can't trust. He criticized me. Yeah, Mister, I tell you, say you are a political guru. Why would you want us? He criticized. The rescue too. He was all over me here criticizing. And of course, Mr. So, whoa, I was the laughing stock on this position that I took. I was a laughing stock here on this platform. My own sister, Sister Esther, oh, they were all, I was a laughing stock on this platform. But I stuck to my gun. I knew then, and I still believe, that once Francis Kofa becomes a speaker, he will not be the speaker for CDC. He will be the speaker for the Republic of Liberia because I've seen him work before, my people. And I made that statement. Fortunately for me, and as a political guru on this platform, as somebody who prediction when it comes to politics, I'm always on the right side. I defeated President. I defeated a Unity Party. You see where I'm going with this? See? But anyway, on a very serious note. So when Francis Kufa became speaker, the first two weeks, those who used to criticize me on the same platform, they would come and say, okay, well, Mr. Todd, yeah, you're right, but we didn't. Well, but I knew that speaker was going to work with President Bakar. And people used to criticize me. But when he came and became a speaker, he decided to work with President Bakar. Once that working relationship started going, insider was telling us that things are going well. Things are going well so bad, so good that what's his name, former speaker, Buffer Chima, decided to throw some monkey rain in it by saying Frantikova not only defeated him but lie about him and put Frantikova in a very big mind that Frantikova have to come and defend himself. He did that. President Bakai started working with Speaker Kofa. Now, there are those among us, those of us that are friends of Frantikova, there are those among us who believe that President Bakar's friendship to Frantikova was just a ploy to get him to relax so that he will be taken off a position as quickly as possible. I don't believe that. I don't believe that President Bakar will engineer a process that will try to bring that almost brought Liberia democracy down. And so I sat here and deny it. I still don't believe that. So if it was so, the question I asked myself, if this was true, why was sedition, member of CDC, would join Unity Party to remove CDC speaker? If President Bakar, as people have been claiming, have engineered this process, why would sedition join with Unity Party to remove CDC speaker? So I don't think that. I really don't believe that. What I do believe happened was this. when Speaker Kofa, my son enjoying say in Germany. But man, you can speak German, huh? That my son in Germany, Eddie Byron Jr. But man, you can speak Basa now. I mean, you can speak German, huh? I hope so. Good luck to you. Nice seeing you again. We're happy to see you as well. Okay, so let's go on. What I do believe is this: President Bakai has become warm to Flantikofa and strongly believe that Flantikofa can advance his agenda. That through Flantikofa, his agenda will be advanced very easily. And those in the Unity Party recognize that. And those in CDC recognize that. Nah, we can't have this. You remember there was a question about Ice Flantikofa? He said, I would support my Southeastern brother. People didn't believe it. Flantikofa, you're looking at it, the man want to be president. So CDC, the honor better, the ratting apple in CDC, and the ratting apple in Unity Party, they put together. The smell were all over the place. Those two ratting apple, when they got together, Liberia couldn't even close your nose. Everywhere in Liberia smells also apple, ratting apple. They decided to take it to the next level. Flantikofa also, I believe, I could be wrong, but did not do a good job of trying to engage his colleagues. And I believe most likely, I don't know this for a fact, but the last time when I went to Liberia, the last time I came close to Flantikofa, because what's his name? The late Ada Lawrence. He and I, we live here in Sacramento. We're just like brothers. Those days, I'm to Ada house or Ada would be my place. So Ada and myself were just like brothers. Just like brothers. So when he went to Liberia, when he became representative, every time I go there, they say, "Carl," I said, because I really don't like going to the Capitol building because of my own experience at Capitol building. So I really don't like that. So one time I went, he said, today, Pa will go. So I drove over there. I said, I'm not coming upstairs. He said, okay. So he came down and he took me to a place. There's a restaurant opposite City Hall. They sell good fish, but it's so expensive, $25 for a plate of fish. So while we were there, Alex Chacha Grant from Grand Union County, Gray, Representative Gray, Flanty Kofa, who else? Uh, our Gray, Green, Flanty Kofa, and I don't remember the other guy, but there were four of them that came and with Ada, they were going to have a meeting there. So Ada told me, man, when the people are here, we're going to have a meeting. So I left. That was the time that I met Flanty Kofa, we talking thing, and I left. But anyway, let me get back to this story now. So those people, when they find out that Flantikofa and the president was working together, they didn't see it as being in their interest. So to make it worse, Flantikofa now, you want to audit this house, this rotting house, this corrupt house that you find yourself in. You want to make it right. This is a house that been being corrupt from 19 we. But now you want to make it right. What do you do now, Flantikofa? You would think that there would be some serious consultation with stakeholders in the house. Your intent to audit the house should not have been done in secret, I don't believe. And I'm not suggesting that's what he did, but I'm saying. But I strongly believe there was not serious consultation with his colleagues of what his intent. I believe President Waka was aware that Flantikofa really wanted to audit the house. That's what I thought was happening. So President Waka also Being a free and a clean, they call him Mr. Clean. Don't ask me, ask Gerald Rowland, but of course Gerald Rowland is dead now. But go look it up. Gerald Rowland called him Mr. Clean. So being Mr. Clean, he also believed, okay, I think this young man to be this young and want to audit this corrupt house, I think he's going to do it well. So President Waka perhaps also aware of it and decided, okay, let's work with him. Because of that, I believe that President Waka decided to invite Kofa to go to Italy because by riding together, conversation will happen. By staying together, conversation will happen about Liberia, how to move Liberia forward. And when he left, the coca now, who is the senator now, my sister, Nyomdi Kanga, be watch out for him, Nyomdi, Lauren, be watch out for him, my sister, coca now. And most of them they are intelligent, they're smart, they got law degree. Most of the people that are in the house, they're just corrupt, but they are intelligent, they're educated. They're just corrupt. They decided to dust off the Snow and Eddie, Alex process, how they remove them. Oh, we can do the same thing. Oh, the men are even here. Let's go have section. The men are here, they will have somebody to preside. This is what brought many of these people and many of the people that were fighting that day to not allow these people to have section. They were not fighting specifically, I believe, not just for Flantikova, but they were fighting for themselves because some of them were heading some of the committee. The process started. My understanding, Flantikova, when he heard about it, immediately wanted to come home. My understanding, President Waka told him not to. That when we get home, don't worry, it will be taken care of. This, from my understanding, allowed Flantikova to stay in Italy for that long. So when he got back, the publicity have already started. Flantikova also did not have good, I'm not saying reputation, but I mean good standing because most of the people that are running the Liberian government are all corrupt. And when Flantikova was, you remember the big boy, small boy that issue that one time? Flantikova was heading that investigation. That were investigating people who stole money. And these people were not happy the way their name was brought up. So everybody again out on Flantikova. Y'all gonna remove him, man. And then y'all did it send in the snow. Y'all go do it, man. Flantikova. This is a young man who won outstanding leadership of West Africa. It's up there. Go look it up. He has won a lot of accolades, to be honest with you. Not because he was smart. Flantikova, I know he's very smart. But he has done things for the country. So, they want him out. From my understanding also, I have a few texts here that texted him. From my understanding also, he told his people that these people been doing it for a long time. They have the right to remove me. They elected me. They don't want me. That's fine. It's not. I'm not. This is not entitlement. This is a privilege to serve. If they don't want me, I will move. But this time around, I'm a lawyer. This is the thing that really got me to say, okay, I will stand with this guy. He said, I'm a lawyer. And for me to allow people to violate the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia is unacceptable. I will not leave. That was the reason. But Flantikova from day one, he knew he was not going to be speaker again. He wasn't going to be. In fact, if these people at the time when the situation was getting real hot, when it was at the epics, if these people were to say, let's go, Flantikova was even willing to offer some of his people to go to them to bring the 49 and remove him. That's all he wanted. The Supreme Court, on the other hand, decided to do Huawei. Now you see, now you know the wheelbarrow about down one side. They come running to you. You get scared. You go, man, I just jab you, man. They're going inside. The Supreme Court came up with a ruling that lawyers themselves were having issue interpreting once again. And this is why when people come on the platform, they say, "Oh, the president a dictator," I can get angry. Or let me don't use the word angry. I can get agitated. Because the president is not a dictator. When the Supreme Court did a ruling, the president, as an individual, sensible, for the some more years experienced person, he decided, okay, we have the Department of Justice, the Ministry of Justice. And the Ministry of Justice, the minister is entitled to interpret when it comes to legal issue. He's our legal advisor. Let's seek an advice from him. The president went to the minister. The minister said, according to the ruling saying X, Y, Z, Z. You follow that, you'll be fine with the rule and the law. You'll be fine with the Constitution. The president followed the advice of the minister. And people are saying, why would the president follow the advice? Why you can't fire them? No, 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 no. You don't do that. I want people in Crown Dollar, they say you can eyeball can see the snail, but you still put a stick there and take the leaf over it. So even if the president was a lawyer and say, okay, the ruling, yeah, okay, my minister of justice said that, but I'll do this. What sense does it make? You employ somebody, you give that person the responsibility, and the person come back to you and say, this is what it is. For you to negate that, to say, no, I don't want to do it, and then do something, then you're not serious. The president decided to follow. Frantikova said, okay, this is not enough. A lot of consultation, a lot of meeting. Frantikova said, no. Oh man, Pa, our father, if these people want me out, I have no quarrel to get out. But our father, you came, you ran a campaign that this country will not be business as usual. If anybody want to do something in this country, it has to be done through the law. And you know our Pa, father of the land. Frantikova, I was not there, but I'm talking like him now. So go sue me. Our Pa, father of the land. You know these people are violating the Constitution. I'm not going to leave. Let these people remove me legally. The old man was caught in between two scissors. He's doing business with these people, but knowing fully well, as things started happening, that most likely they might not be legitimate. They might not be legit to work with them. Their position might not be legitimate. But where does he go now? The minister of justice have already told him do business with them. He's doing business with them, but the business he's doing with them causing his agenda to slow. The business President Baka was doing with these illegal group, because the justice minister said you can do business with them. He cannot overrule that. He's not a lawyer. That's their job, to read the law and interpret to the president what he needs to do. And they already told him. He's working with them. But he also recognized, the people are working with my agenda story. I can't go anywhere. He can't come back to Flantikofa now. So the best thing he can do is say, my son, let go of this thing. You told me, you and myself will work together. We want this country to move forward. And Flantikofa keeps telling, I don't mind that, old man. Our Pa, I don't mind. And that's why the meeting, people say about Frantikova always having meeting, because the president, Frantikova will never rule to the president. They say, what you calling me? I don't want to deal with it. I want to let him do whatever they want. I'm not leaving. That was not the conversation with Frantikova and this president. It's always respectful. Respectfully, but being disagreeable. And President Baka, those of you, I don't know him that well. I don't know him that well. But what I do know of him, He likes to engage somebody. If you're making sense, he will not distance himself with from you. But if you come across as being rude, insulting, he will keep a distance from you. So he said, okay, let's table the conversation. We'll discuss it again. After some time, he will call from and Francis Kofa always go in there. But he stood his ground. So the last result, Francis Kofa said, okay, our pa, I will go back to the Supreme Court. Let them come back and give us another interpretation because this interpretation is confusing to everybody. But I know what it means. But my brothers and sisters are not interpreting it the way it's supposed to be. I will go back to the court. The president said, fine, let's go. But in the meantime, while Francisco was going to court, he was doing business with the illegal group. But the illegal group they were legitimate, according to the Minister of Justice. So the president here now, he know very well these people, hey my goodness. These people, the way they're doing business, I will not go anywhere. But the Justice Minister said, do business with them. So the president continues to do business with them. At the same time, the Supreme Court, according to my sources, they were not happy. First, they were angry with the Justice Minister, but they also understood the president could not have done anything else except to follow what the Justice Minister had recommended to the president. He can say no. Here's the thing: the Justice Minister also served on the National Security Council of Liberia, I believe. And so, if you start turning their word down, don't listen to them. When real thing hit the fire, and then I tell you can't listen to the man, you can't do that. You brought him on, you have to respect him. You brought him on, you believe in him, you've respected his view, and you have to take his view. But the Supreme Court were angry with the Justice Minister that he didn't tell the president what their interpretation really is. So they say, okay. And because of their anger towards the Justice Minister, they decided to take Francis Kofa's request. Now they are saying this is the opportunity to tell this guy, you cannot interpret the interpretation of the Supreme Court ruling when we make that ruling. And they decided they were going to do that. But let's go back a little bit. Let me step back a little bit. Folks, again, Samson told Labra Radio, thank you guys for staying with us here tonight. Share this video, share it to as many people as possible. I'm enjoying myself, to be honest with you. Hey, break over, man. Go break something out. Don't can't disturb my show, man. Go break something out. Go break something out. You might do it when you break it. I will help you to fix it. Go break it. But anyhow, let's step back. I'm an engineer, railway that is. But in my railway engineering program, I was able to do, I think, 3 or 4 classes of electrical engineering. So if you go take what they call EIT, engineering training, or FE, fundamental of engineering test, before you can be an engineer, you have to take electrical component of the test. So I do know, I know how, it might be a little bit difficult now, but I can still remember. I know how to take power from the pole and bring whatever. First of all, let me tell you, let me bluff small now. So you got a big house like this, and in the house, you have sockets. You have these sockets, you have all the light fixtures and stuff. You have to go, they have a book. It tells you, okay, you have a room size like this, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, and you have all this how many amps you bring it in there, what the current you bring it into that one building. Then you keep it. Then you move on to the next room. You keep how much current or how much power coming in there. You keep that one. And you combine all of them together. When you finish doing all your calculation, you combine all of them together. Then you say, this is the amount I'm going to bring from the pole, from the transformer, or whatever, to bring to my house. Does the transformer able to withstand what is coming in my house? Do I have good supply over there to bring that kind of current in here? Then when you come, the most of the wire coming from outside coming to your house, they're bigger than your house. You got to downsize it. Then you have the little downsizing. Yeah, I'm not gonna go and bore you, but you bring that big power, then you size it down so you can put the rest in your house. But here's the interesting thing: when you do these things, the electrical supply in your building has to be regulated. I wish Sese Goya would come and straighten me out tonight again. I don't mind he coming post saying my Gary because he's Sese Goya. He's not just a math, he's not only a math teacher, he also is electrical engineer. So, but anyhow, when you do that in your house, as we speak right now, they have what they call breaker. Yeah, every houses have their own breaker box, and each of the breaker box they have these little breaker by themselves, so that when there's over electrical power, let me put it the way so you can understand it. They eat too much cassava, then their stomach full, and so, when you burst, then the breaker small breaker go pluk, the color. Because when it bursts and that breaker, it starts spreading over before you know you get fire. No, on a very serious note, when you have one areas get so hot, taking on a lot of energy from other places, then this breaker will kick out and close that down. They set it up for that. Okay, so let's go to the Capitol building. That Capitol building was built what 1940 something or 50 something, whatever. The wiring system, and one of the things I learned in my other little engineering class, the wiring that you put in, they got numbers, and the number determine the thickness of the wire, and the number also determine the thickness of the wire determine how much current that go through that wire. If you mismatch the wiring system, you got issues. And many of our people don't even understand that. So anyway, they did a good job those days. They put all the wire. But here we are now. In one house today, you have everybody got cell phone, they plug in, charging. You look at you're the engineer, me, you care your problem. I say wiring says you got the wire engaged. You think I care for your wire engagement? Now, one thing I like about this platform, I cannot say anything and come and start making things up. People will call me. They will call me to it. Oh, get him. Oops, that's my son. Okay, please turn this. My stuff, I'm sweating. Turn this stuff on. Let's get back. So, sorry about that. Let me turn my fan on, folks. It's getting hot in here. It's getting. That's what I'm talking about. So you see here, you're yelling man, Samuel Shepherd. You hear what he said? He said it's called wiring gauge. I don't know that one. That so no. On a very serious note, folks, you can't come to this public gathering and try to lie. What people know. You see, I just spoke here, and this man, I don't even know him, but he just corrected. He just made a correction. So the gauge, so you know why I'm saying that true. But I'm not an electrical engineer, but I did a little bit of it. So at the Capitol building now, what I suspect happened, my fan honor folks. Yeah, man. Like bro, business, you inside, look at me. But it hot in Sacramento today, more than almost 100 degrees. It hot in Sacramento. So, My fan on now. But anyway, let's go on. So when you do those things, when the power come in today, you got people charging phone. How many people at the Capitol building charging phone? Okay. You got air conditions, hot in Liberia. Air condition. They just fed that place with some people just come here and put it. They have their representative. Oh, they playing guy. You put the air conditioner inside, man. They put it in. How much is that the original people that put that in there? Did that calculation? How much power that air conditioner going to draw? Did they do the calculation before they start putting new air conditioner in there? These people, they are ridiculous. I'm just giving it to you tonight so you will understand when people start arguing. They are ridiculous. So, few years back, the Chinese decided to, before the Capitol building just used to be like this, but the Chinese decided to put another 2 wings on both of them. That also, they did wiring as well. What was the wiring system from that new building to the old building? Were they able to rewire the entire building? I don't know that. I don't know that. Okay. How much do they have any kind of substation behind the Capitol building that they bring the huge power from whatever they get the power from? They bring it in, but then the substation maintain that so that it will only supply what is needed in the house. You understand what I'm saying? What happens if somebody give more? If you're drinking beer, if you're drinking beer, and somebody get you say tonight, pa, I don't want to get drunk, but I will just drink 1 club beer, and then somebody come and get you 5 club beer, you will not get drunk, my people. So the substation, if they do have substation, somebody can say, okay, that building there for some reason. We're not. They go on their gauge and they see, they put more in there. They put more in there. What happened now? What happened? What happened? So, I'm just giving you something here. A week before the fire, we saw the panel that I told you about already. The breaker caught on fire. What happened? They did not investigate that. They did not go deep into it. They did not go deep into it. They decided, okay, we know there's a fire. A week after that, huge fire come out. But by that time, the confusion in the building was just too much now. The big fire come out. They say, oh, the minority black boy in the building, because they want power by all means. No matter what. Front to cover one power, they burn the building. President went over there. The hooligans. I keep defending the father of the nation when it comes to this. When he said hooligans, he was vexed. The man going from country to country, old men like that, begging for people to give us money so he will be able to help us, help our children to go to school. Then you can burn the building. Because he believed now, from all the information coming to him, that people set the building on fire. We heard the IG saying the smoke, from the look of the smoke, the arson. My people, 2025, and the IG is telling us because he look at the smoke. What is it? The electing Pope now in Liberia. When they smoke white, then the Pope has been elected. When it's black, that means no Pope. What is this? And that way you're coming to, you say you want to prosecute somebody. They will soak you. And I will be on the platform and laughing. I will be on the platform because the international community is watching. Liberia have no choice but to be transparent. This case has no choice. And that's why I'm so happy that President Baka and CDC is staying away. Let them teach you people lesson. Let them teach them lesson. You can't just get out and grab something to and throw in. Yeah, I'm on Liberia. If I leave from here right now and say something, that the government don't like. They want to put me in jail. I'm a Liberian. I can't say don't throw me in jail. The only thing I say, I got my medicine with me. Like, oh, take me to jail, but let me take my medicine. Because if I don't take my medicine, total people coming. They're coming to take me to total in box. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So, what kind of medicine you say? My headache medicine. Okay. But anyway, let's move on. So, they came out. It's a fire. We all saw the fire. Immediately after the fire, the propo suit fire chief hand in your pocket, you see a gold watch. The gold watch alone, you see it, you say, yeah, the man coming to investigate, my man. You don't look at the kind of gold ring on your finger. You don't look at the kind of gold watch. Oh, the man coming to investigate. But what did they do? They started walking around the crime scene that they consider to be crime area now. It's a crime scene. You go in, you wear shoes, you wear protective gear to be able to go and touch only the essential. And you taking picture. They don't do that. People are walking all over the place, walking all around. After 1 or 2 months, they say, "Oh, that the fire. We're going to investigate. We send for the people from America because as far as Liberia concerned, when they send for people from America that good, that one go up and come down. American people can't allow. Shit. They brought and the West of us that are black people, that white people they brought. My people, we're going to suffer for a while. That's also white people they brought. That's also white people they brought for investigation. They want to they're not lie. The people can't lie. They're white people. You remember Hitler? Lie and kill over 6 million Jews. Lies. A white man, he from Germany. Yes. Oh, my begin still watching here from Germany. I'm sorry. But let's go on. So they decided they brought in white people to come investigate. The people came, interpretation from now it's no more the smoke the IG saw now. Now they have canister, they have a gallon now, stuck one place from one point to another. Here's the kicker for this whole nonsense. I'm calling it nonsense. Here's the kicker here, folks. And it's very sad. It's very sad. And I thought the president would say, show me. Let's see. Let's see what you have. And I hope the president have done that. Let's see what you have. And this time we're not going to depend on the justice minister, the man who told me to go do business with illegal group. I'm not going to depend on him anymore. I want independent assessment. I hope the president did that. Here's a sad part, which is a kicker of it. A week before this so-called investigation, invitation, whatever investigation / invitation happening, these intellectual Liberians, smart Liberians, they were all here with named people. They started running campaign of unity. They convened Dabo. Tell Frankie Kufa if he doesn't resign, we can't have this kinds of thing happen while we want to seek the seat at the UN. Tell Frankie Kufa to resign. So they think we can put it behind us and then the people will look at us as being serious people. But we can't ask for the biggest seat in the world for us to sit at the UN Security Council non-permanent member seat to be there. And then at the same time, we're fighting our boys, fighting over speakership. It doesn't look good. So Dabo just the man to Flantikofa. So Dabo step in. When Dabo step in, Flantikofa said, okay, the Supreme Court has ruled now. But if you have not come out to remove Flantikofa, when the Supreme Court ruled, The justice minister didn't come back to reinterpret his interpretation. Liberia is a case. It's a case to study. Yeah, I'm laughing, but these are very sad situations, especially for the young people. The young people who have educated themselves and they seriously want to go back home to contribute to develop that country. But when they see these kinds of things happening like this, why would they want to rush home? Somebody here making almost 100 or $200,000 a year. Why would he want to go back and make $50,000 a year when there's nothing that he's going to get out of it? There's nothing. It's what people are not willing to take his expertise to help them move them forward. Why would you want to rush it? He'd rather stay and help the people here. This is what really pains some of us. So let's move on. So when Dabo come in, Dabo say, my son, look at the kind of thing we all fought for. Look how much. And Dabo too got bad record now. That only seen Dabo say burn down Moria, I don't call it executive mansion, I will rebuild it. Dabo got bad record among Liberian people. But Dabo now want to say, look, we can't do that. Let's give the people the opportunity. Let's put them up there. Frankie said, okay. Frankie resigned. When Frankie resigned, one of the things was, okay, the same speaker now that the president was doing business with, and the speaker came, did you hear him say he resigned? How you will resign a position you never had? You tell me tonight. Did you hear Rachel Kuhn resign? Did you hear that? You heard Rachel Kuhn say I resign? How you will resign from a position you never owned? You never had. You were never elected. How are you going to resign from that? So Rachel Kuhn never resigned because there was no position. He was not a speaker. So there was nothing there to resign from. And furthermore, he put the left hand up anyway. So with the left hand, why are you expecting to resign? It's nothing. So the fact that Rachel Kuhn never had a position, it was easy. So they decided to go for speakership election. Rachel Kuhn was elected. Francis Kuhn said, you'll take your job. Less than a week later, Liberia got that position. And I told you here on the same platform, y'all go look up my video. I told you here, I said when the victory time comes, that the time y'all will know how wicked we are to each other. When the time for us to celebrate our victory, people will start claiming individual victory. People will start, instead of them to celebrate as group, will start doing, oh, we Unity Party, forget it. Forget it. Don't even worry about Unity Party. I told you, Unity Party will start celebrating, will start claiming. When the first thing, hey man, Unity Party, you're funny and you're weak. The first thing they did, they started celebrating. But how can you celebrate and want to exercise CDC? You know, the first thing they were saying, but I will call the president. We invited the president, former president. He ain't come, and we got it. So what we'll call a name for now? No president. President Walker left our president. We are name. So their justification, and I told you, their justification was President Weah did not respond. He was never able to respond to their call. But remind you now, it was President Weah who actually started the initiate work, who started the underground work. President Weah started working hard for this thing. But because they say invited, he didn't respond, so they didn't call any. I will call any. That we the one did it now. That not their problem. We did it. I knew there's something was up. I was on my platform. I said, my people, your wash. These people getting ready to put their. I will not say. I say, your wash. These people are getting ready to start something. Because how you will celebrate with CDC, and then all of a sudden, you're going to arrest CDC members. And here's the dangerous part about this. What they did here, it reminds some of us, and I'm sure many of you, who sat through, Clarence David Bamboo, Divakura tonight. Clarence, you're not on board with me, but okay, that's okay. But I told you, what they did here is a reminder to many, many Liberians who suffered during the war. The rebel or the government official, the government side will come to you, come in your community, and pretend to be part of you. In the meantime, they are eyeing who they see or who they think is on the other side. So as soon as they leave, before you know, group of them will come in and start taking people away. They were behaving as though we were united, Unity Party. They were behaving as though we were united, not alone, all alone. They knew they have this thing about Flanty Kofa. In fact, immediately after they gave us that seat, Flanty Kofa went took to the airway to congratulate the president and this government. He was under the impression that these people were ready for unity. They have hounded him to leave that position. He left. They got their own speaker now. So what else? He was this, I believe, was a surprise to Flanty Kofa because he knew very well he was never involved in any of this stuff. This, my people, I will say to you again, unless otherwise, I'm not a fire scientist or anything like that. But this fire, most likely, 99.9%, well, let me think about 85%, I would say, caused by electrical wiring, faulty electrical wiring. It's a serious problem. Serious problem. Instead of the government to say, oh, we got other old building in the town here. You gotta go and start looking into it. Hire credible Liberian electrical engineers to start doing serious investigation of all of these old buildings that are still there but unable to support the behavior of the young people today. They're not doing that. Blue, 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 they go. We're inviting Flanty Kofa and his people. From there, they said they find there that they have credible evidence that Flanty Kofa, former speaker Flanty Kofa, was set building fire in the Republic of Liberia. Flanty Kofa that used to put his own money, 50,000, 60,000, 100,000 US dollars of his own money to support a political party that he the one will burn the Capitol building. That he the one they're accusing of burning the Capitol building. And so when they do those kinds of stuff, for me, it's like, for me, I feel happy because they are also, without them realizing, they are also putting Liberia on the map through the judiciary system. And here's the funny thing here about this. Many Liberians don't trust them. They have no truth because, especially when it comes to Flanty Kofa. Now, talk to me a little bit. Why you think people would trust the Unity Party when it comes to Flanty Kofa? You went after him all the way when he was in Rome. You want to illegally remove him. He stood the ground. The Supreme Court came and said, what you're doing is wrong. You go back to status quo. The Justice Minister said, oh, what the Supreme Court say? They said, go back to status quo. It means go do status quo. And he said, go back. He said, do. They sat there. The Supreme Court was so upset with that ruling, with that interpretation of their interpretation. That's why they took Flanty Kofa the second time and said, we will make it right this time. And they came back and ruled. And people, I'll soon be opening the line. It's going to be interesting. Very interesting what's going to happen. Very interesting what's going to happen. I thought, but let me say this here quickly. They said the infrastructure failure in Liberia just begun. It's ain't over yet. It's just starting. Instead of these people to use this opportunity to start fixing all of the bad situation with respect to the infrastructure place things in Liberia, we're not doing it. They got stores, no parking lot. Brand new store that are being built right now, no parking lot. They said they're gonna give us something to be careful here tonight. They said they're gonna give us overpass. You are so funny, it's not funny. They're gonna give us an overpass. So yes, yeah. That Tottenham Boulevard here. Okay, Tottenham Boulevard. Whatever it is, the ministerial complex right here. They got a bypass. I don't call that bypass again. Tottenham Boulevard bypass or something. Whatever. I don't know. But on the other side, you got SKD. So here now, they're gonna give you overpass that go over, and then they're gonna have the overpass go like this, right? Then on here on both sides, they have people go in and out. The confusion that they're gonna bring in out with that traffic is not gonna be easy. But anyway, that's a different issue. They're gonna bring that. Instead of these people to take these things serious, you have a president, I believe, who is not here for bluffing business. You have a president came to power to straighten it out for young people so that the young people themselves stay out of my show. So the young people themselves will enjoy tomorrow. Uh-uh. They're using this opportunity to enrich themselves. They're using this opportunity to create chaos in Liberia. The chaotic situation in Liberia is unbearable. But I say to them, and I will say to Francis Kufa, thank you, my brother. Thank you. God will be with you. Nothing will happen to you. God will be there. God first. You will continue to help to educate Liberian when it comes to civic. These Babati lawyer, them that come from Kobo Shah, they say a lawyer, you will teach them. And I appreciate you teaching them. The Supreme Court and the judiciary system will also help you to educate Liberians because many Liberians don't even trust them. Anyway, don't trust the judiciary system. They think that whole system is corrupt. They will use this opportunity, the judicial system will use the opportunity to say we are not corrupt. We interpret the Constitution, we interpret the law. We are not corrupt. The judiciary system will use this opportunity to educate the rest of the Liberia. And I love that. I love that. So I told you yesterday, Frantikova, when he was going to the court, when they invited him, and he saw him with a toothbrush, why would he take a toothbrush if he didn't think he was going to go to jail? Frantikova gave them Huawei big time. Throw me in jail, he says. Because now that you have thrown in jail, the case is going to be serious now. You can't throw a man in jail and say, oh, we got nothing on you. The man will sue you. And I will be the lawyer. Even though I don't know anything about it. But on a very serious note, Frantikova, when you were at the police station, they said, according to the story, they wanted him out. He said, no, if you guys want me out, everybody's going to get out. I can't leave and leave these other people behind. They'll go to the central. So they took him to the central prison. That's why he brought that toothbrush with him. You saw the toothbrush, you saw toothpaste with him? Or Frantikova, when you just brush your teeth dry like that? And what wrong here? You got to be smart. He held a toothbrush to the Liberian people. I'm going to jail. And I will go to jail because here's the other thing that Frantikova did that these people didn't get. He wanted to go to jail to tell Liberian that this jailhouse is not just for poor people. It's not just for Nyama people. It's for rich people. It's for the most powerful. I used to be speaker. I'm going to that jail. When he went there, the former vice president went there. The former president went there. The former minister of agriculture state went there. Minister of Foreign Affairs went there. So you see what's going on? These people, they have no case. This is what I believe will most likely happen. And Flantikova will resist. However, the hierarchy of CDC, they will impress on him to let it go. Because if it's just Flantikova alone, he will want them to go all the way to the courthouse. And he dragged them to court twice and beat them. He will take them again and beat them again. Because the justices that you have now in Liberian judicial proceeding or president, whatever you call it, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know the name, but who's scared? The people, the chief justice, they justed them. They are all willing to inform their fellow Liberians that they are not crooks, that they are not corrupt, that the system they operate in, that it is a good system, and they want Liberians to believe in that system. Because guess what? The land issue in Liberia is just right down next door. And this is what really going to test them. So cases like this that bring these big people in, the justices will use the case, these kind of cases, and educate Liberians. If you have land issue, don't go take gun onto your own hand to fight. Come to us. We will decide. Look what we did with Flantikofa case against the Republic of Liberia. We have the power. We can determine what your case is going to be. And they will use this opportunity to educate, not only to educate, but they will use this opportunity to make sure Liberians have faith in the system. And if they are successful in doing that, they will be successful in the land case, the land cases that are coming. Because the land cases, they're going to be very dangerous. If they don't have the trust in the judiciary system, these land people will fight among themselves. And it's also going to affect the operational system of the Republic of Liberia in terms of governance. And so this president would tell the judiciary, you please be transparent. The international community is watching and people are watching. They're not careful. The U.S. is watching. Anybody you tamper with a case, they put you on sanction list. You think the people here to come fool around? They will put you on sanction list if you come and say you want to play babati with a thing here. The IG, that the IG I can enjoy. That small you see all that accent. That small how accent small look like my brother. Samson told the Republic of King, folks. Again, this has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening, folks. We enjoy ourselves. I really, really do enjoy myself. But let me do this here. Since I got all of you guys listening, every time we meet here, I will take the opportunity to do this. The I7s, the praise singer in Liberia, they're not just not business. Oh. The praise singer in Liberia, they're not just not business. Back in 1985, I read a letter here to you. The other day, I'll read it again. This is coming from Henry S. Duba. If you know Henry S. Duba, he used to be Chief of Staff, AFL. He said, you know what the guy they call Kakura Boto or Boto Kakura, whatever, I don't know, Boto or Baba, what's something. But anyway, he used to be Secretary General for Do Party, NDPL. So he wrote the armed forces of Liberia. Listen to the reply now. I'm not going to judge by the reply. And I like the way Henry Duba did it. In his first paragraph, he told you exactly what was the request. Listen to this. Listen to this. And you think, say, why the Civil War happened in Liberia? My man, if I so, that liquor talk, what do you mean by coming share but that liquor talk, that time when I call you, I was not even to myself. I drank some too much palm wine. That liquor talk. Oh, God, can't get something over my head. I beg you. But let me read it. Henry Dubois wrote this. Dear Mr. Chairman, you're listening to this. I will read it slowly. And these are some of the reasons why we had a civil war. These are some of the reasons why we had a civil war. Listen to this. Dear Mr. Chairman, your letter dated May 14, 1985 requesting the support of the armed forces of Liberia to secure victory for the National Democratic Party of Liberia, NDPL, in the forthcoming general election is hereby acknowledged. So the Kakura Boto wrote Henry Dubois and said, we want you as a chief of staff to make sure the army help us to secure victory, not for the Republic of Liberia, not for anything else, but for the party. Listen to Henry Dubois again. Nothing I could vividly sacrifice for now in my life than the interest of the head of state and the cause of the National Democratic Party of Liberia, NDPL. Therefore, be assured of the support of the army as I remain in the chief of staff of the Republic of Liberia. I close in the premise of honor our command. The army stand honor strong. Aaron Duba. Aaron Duba. This is what we're still having. Things people are going on. Praise sinker. Our praise sinker. They go on and on and on and oh shoot. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. We're back. We're back. We're back online. Okay. We're back in line. Okay. Okay. So anyhow, let me open the line and give me a call here and think wait, let me hear you. And I'll tell my own tabata here. Let me hear I know Bamboo will devour caller here tonight, but who cares? That's what we do here on LPR. Oh, boy, what Fanso now mess the thing all again. What can I be? Oh, your man, you mess here. But why I can't allow him that? So why? Okay, that's my number, folks. 916-533-2048. Give us a call here. Give us a call quickly. Give us a call, and let's hear from you. 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 So I have lots and lots of document here that in a short run here that I will be having what I will call progressive night. I'm a progressive. I'm a progressive. So let's hear. Yeah, not a trouble, man. Good evening. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Hold on, hold on. Good evening. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind, sir?
Afternoon, good evening, the liberal, progressive. Tonight you're speaking really well, and I like the show tonight. It's um it's something that we can listen to and say, we can take away a whole lot. But Mr. Tour, something is trending in our community, in our society that is very bad. Um, we all sympathize with the former president wife, Nancy Doe, family and stuff like that. For one of our brothers who is in the media business to come and be very unprofessional and politicize the former president, the former first lady death is sad. For a man who people consider educated to come this low to politicize it is sad.
Who
And
been
you know
what?
who I'm speaking about?
No, I don't. Who is that?
Gibson Giroux. Gibson Giroux started yesterday politicizing President Weah visit to the First Lady house. Today again he went on it again. You can't do that. We are traditional people. And you guys who own the Grand community, you should call him to order. Because what he's doing, he's not doing the county good. He's not doing the people of Grand good. I'm not a Grand, but I respect the Grand people. The Grand people, I respect them a whole lot. You understand? And that's the reason why I told God I wanted to go on the show to talk to blast him, and not because of even we are. The fact that he will politicize somebody who is not even laid to rest. Who go listen to him if you can go back and play the tape and listen to him. And it's sad. You are disrespectful to the former ambassador. He was disrespectful to the former president. He was disrespectful to even the sympathizers, the people from Green G there, that went there to sympathize with them and sit on the mat, that even encouraged the president, the former president, to give what he gave them. He was disrespectful to them. And I don't think it served the Grangians well. I don't think it even served the Dole family well. And I think you guys should talk about it. Because Jeru has to be called to order. Because I don't want to say, because we appear on the show before, I appear on his show, but the way he acting, it's close for me to get him a title. But I will not do that. I will still have respect for him. But he got to slow down. Secondly, your topic, I just try to throw that in. Your topic you're talking about, it's interesting. People try to play with this case that going on at it'll be going taking place in the court now. People try to play around it and think it's a little joke. The Unity Party has set herself up for failure. And the President Bouacar is not smart. His legacy after this case, and I know Fanatico and the other people win this case, his legacy is done. It's gone. If you ever have one, it's gone after the case. Because I think a lot of people trying to pay debt, they're trying to get back at the former administration and forget to know they are in the governance seat. They are ruling the country. They should be ruling instead of looking at President we are in the CDC. But everything that the people discuss, they have to put we are in it and the CDC is like you passing. We are beneath you now. We are behind you. Move over the country.
Walter Carter, hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. Let me marry Nakomo on. Walter Carter, hold on 1 minute. Let me marry. Walter Carter, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, okay, go ahead.
I think the focus on CDC and President we are more than the focus on the agenda. And when it continue this way, President Bouacar would not have a legacy. He will go down in history as one of the worst presidents that you have ever seen. And you guys who supported him, and I like the way you're coming on now to talk about it, to put it out there. Maybe somebody will have second thought and say, hey, we're proceeding wrongly. We have to slow down.
So why you cut up now? Okay, folks. Again, Samson told Labra Pabrito. Let me call him back. I don't know why he cut up. Nakomo, I will call you back. I will connect. Let Walter Cutter finish his stuff. Hopefully.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person
He ran out of battery. He probably going from show to show to defend President Weir. Let me call Nakom. He ran out of battery.
Thank you for calling. You have reached Madison. I'm sorry I can't pick up your call right now. Please leave your name, your number, and I'll call you back as soon as possible. Have a great day and God.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me call Walter Cutter back. Yeah. Walter, hold on 1 minute. Let me merge this caller, please. Okay. Walter Cutter, go ahead, then the other caller can come in. Go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I say if they do not, and like you people who really, advocated and put your track it on in line for President Bouacar to see the way we and his people, his able lieutenants are proceeding. And you guys do not talk about it. History will not judge us kindly. You two, I know y'all doing it in the best interest of Liberia because you saw the policy of President we are differently, and that's a good thing because that's democracy. But to see now what you people thought would have been better alternative, and to see the way they're going, I think when you sit down, sometimes you can regret. And it is good that you come out and speak about it because if you don't do that, and everything will 6 years past, it will be like, who will listen to Mr. Tory? So you speak about it so that people will see that look, we are all human. Sometimes we think that what glitters is gold but not gold. And we all make that mistake. And that's exactly what's going to happen in the society. So I want you to continue speaking the way you're speaking. Maybe there will be a change. Maybe they will hear you. Maybe they'll say, no, we're proceeding wrongly because when I was trying to support them, they seen it this way.
Okay.
And we'll pray for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next caller in line. Walter caller, you can drop yourself up. Let's go ahead. Caller, you're next in line. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, this is visible. Hello?
I don't want to answer you. Go ahead.
I know. I want to ask you a question about Katina. Why you let the car reload there? Or the BC, why you left from there? They show you a Zuki one. Why you left from there?
Why?
Because the Peter talking Tabata, why you taking from there? Because they could not trust you. Because so now you can't understand, so now you're not going to understand. And if you ask the kind of question, so they won't probably be there. Look, maybe before I comment, let me say something. Mr. Kodo, the guy was saying about
what?
Amigo. What do you call it? Look, Mr. Cho, you see, sometimes we had to talk because something will happen embarrassing, but you have to see it. Even one president that day, we are regime, and this thing happened. We like rural people, or we like Southeastern. When somebody died, there's a way they play government friendship. No matter what happened, they play government friendship. But what I get doing is not correct. It's not correct. Whether your mom died, your father died, the people that cause people you, they come there, they move there. Everything is not like in the corner, you're talking. Not to do put on air. But what I get there is not correct. It's bad. She's part of who is.
Hold on. Let me merge. All right, go ahead, Brooke, so I can come in. Go ahead.
For Jerupa, for Mr. Jerupa, I need to get up. I'm going to confirm it. I need to take my because if it's someone like that's not correct. Because if you're very happy that girl, your castle may get a bit to that's what. Yes, it's not spoiling. It's really not spoiling. Like don't feel it this point. It's not spoiling. But I don't feel it this point. You forget free Joseph. That kill your part. There's something that I want to be complaining on. That you may have an issue. If you look at the operator, man, look, listen, thank you for coming to your assessment.
Okay, thank you.
Man is still.
Okay.
Man is still.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Just take. Okay, just go ahead. Take yourself off. Now, hold on. Not. Let me merge the other color, please. Okay, now go ahead. Go ahead, so the other color can come in. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you so much for picking the call, Bato. Yeah. Hi to everybody.
Thank you.
Well, I joined the program late, so I was just picking up on the last two callers. I think the last two callers, I overheard one of the callers talk about the Unity Party government tend to fail all Mr. Boga legacy, especially on the case of Fulani Kofa. Let's be frank here. That Capitol building, they get burned by itself. In fact, justice for the Capitol building. That Capitol building is crying for justice. And we have a national police, trained officer, United Nations spend millions of dollars behind the people. The people have gone out there, invited other people to help them find out what really happened in the building. They have submitted a report, and the report has been submitted to indict the people. Let's watch the process. we are educated people, or some of us who call ourselves educated people. Let's watch the process instead of blowing hole in it and saying whole other things to just create more misinformation around this case. This, in fact, should be something that we all should glue to our television set and monitor it. You know, like in the USA, they got some landmark cases. People can remember it for ages, even for generations. Let's monitor the case when people open our minds and see it clearly. And lastly, on the issue of George Ria with the Doe family, I learned something from out of the whole case here because when you look at it the other way around, traditionally, Mommy Doe, I mean, she should have accepted the gift.
Hold
But
on
then when
one
you look
minute.
at it the other way,
Hold on 1 minute. No, if I take this call, Clarence, I will call you because if I take the call, everybody gonna drop up. Go ahead, now.
yeah, let me just conclude quickly. When you look at the other way around again, the Mommy Doe already hinted the president, former president, on the thing, especially when she responded to his letter, you know, rejecting his, dismissing his, how they call it, his bereaved message and all of that. So that was in the pipeline coming, you know, and that's where I found problem with her, like refusing to give. Traditionally, I think it show a bad sound. It shouldn't be like that. But who am I to say that? And what I learned from it is that the former president is knowing to talk when he gives people gifts, especially when it comes to burial or death business. He did it with the former, with the present president, Joseph Boakai. You know, he gave him during the time of his wife's bereavement. You know, he talked about that thing again. So, you know, other people having it on mind. And former President we should step away from that kind of behavior.
Thank
You
you.
know, it's not everywhere you will talk.
Thank
And
you.
that's how I get to say it. It's society. We shouldn't hold it too much. You know, let's just keep that prayer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can just go ahead and drop off so the other caller can come in, please. Thank you, now. All right, caller, you're next. Go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, how you doing, Mr. So?
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Mr. So, let's forget it. Let's forget it. That was 250,000 people that have it. They don't have any justice in our country today because we now forget everything. Let's forget it. Let's forget it. They ain't carry Labrador nowhere. Look how Labrador looking. Nobody can pack that bed and say them seriously. They say they will go live in Labrador, but they will have that daily bread and have that daily breakfast. It's not going to happen. So they forget it. They made Labrador to just be going backward and backward. We need to punish people for doing things. Even though the Doe family, I don't support what she did 100%. Yeah, we are mad, frustrated, the poor family. So the people said, no, they don't want your gift. They don't want your gift. You can't force somebody to take your gift, even if the person enjoy it or the person believe. You know what you get to them. When they go, we judge that. Go, we judge that. And that's all we are, man. When you accept anything from it, the day that start making flour, you bring it out again. Oh, I get your two cow. But the crab go to eat, you start making it out of big you. And when the crab over out there, they're not thinking with their head. They only thinking with the seafood. That's Joe. We all get that gift. Get around when you become president, you're talking about that gift. You bring shame and embarrassment to our country. So let us think about it. Other people will say what they might do. Once you accept the gift, and you might just forget it. Because we now forget everything. 250,000 people laying in that grave today. No justice for them because we keep forgetting. So if the woman says she doesn't want to give, you can't force somebody to think you give. The same way when you're in power, when the woman took him to court, the woman won her case, he said he didn't care. And they had to call the thing, the ECOWAS court cannot tell Labrador what to do. So he disobeyed the ECOWAS court. So the woman died with all that shame and that embarrassment. So only God will judge the case here. If I the woman daughter, I will not accept anything from her because tomorrow he'll go talk about it. And I don't care how the situation feel about it. She should not accept it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, let me call. Thank you. Let me call Clarence. Caller, are you still there? Okay. Let me call Clarence.
Hey, Mr. Tola.
Not bad, Clarence. But you know, whenever people are on my phone, you call and I try to merge you, everybody drops. That's why whenever I see your number, just rest assured I will call you before it's over. What's on your mind, sir?
Thank you for the show tonight. You know, the topic tonight is very interesting.
And thank you for discussing the topic, especially where you went on as it go. I think that the right thing you did as an elder from the county. Because we all have daughters. Somebody, to be so condescending on somebody else's daughter, I don't think it's fair, regardless about differences. The problem be real. Whatsoever thing that they are going through, or whatsoever, dissatisfaction they have, we the supporters should stay away getting whatsoever beat that they may have with the former president. But for a man to come down and get and talk to a woman just to say that he's talking to your friend, man, I don't think was right. And at the right thing, right response you gave him tonight on the show. And the second point I want to make here is about brothers from the CDC. Today, the government is prosecuting Joe, who they alleged to be the one that destroyed the Capitol building. It's a crime today why the government got to prosecute it. If we want for Nigeria to improve, we all should embrace the rule of law in the country. But somebody will say, oh, because they're doing this, getting it, that means the government is failing. What the government is failing? These are the things that you people refuse to do. When you were in power, you arrested Charles Ali, you put up in your hand, on your hand rather. But when you're taken to the prison later on in a few minutes, you people release the man. We are not in susu yet to say, oh, because you never did it, so another government will not do it. No. If we want for the country to be okay, we all should stand by the government. If the government goes wrong, we'll discuss it. If the government is doing the right thing, we'll discuss it. But the issue is getting when the thing is not in your favor, getting it, I mean, the other side is one thing is bad. And the third point I want to make here, because Mr. To, you have preached on the Fonati offer show a lot. Fonati offer is not the same. Fonati offer, they make stuff for the client in the country here. And you say Fonati offer is a philanthropy. Philanthropy where? After when you stole from the client in the country, you were jail, you went through the process that the money you took down there, you're supporting the Liberty Party. And you people are down there, you get your money making with their money, that the money you want to call to their philanthropy, Mr. To, I don't think the thing that you put forth for in our country, I don't think it's why you people are getting standing up for today. You people are coming to show you. We should look in about fire, brother, fear when they're wrong, we should tell them this one we do is wrong. If when I take off and go through that case, you win that case, thank God. When you lose that case, thank God. But if we want for the country to go forward, don't put their friends here and register this and that, don't put it aside. Whosoever wrong, my brother wrong today, guilty, they ain't going to jail. One for the young men then that for them what they call for them in jail there. The young men been in jail for 6 months. And they want to met them that you heard what you said today. That oh will find me to find lawyer for them that today got to know that because you come from the same jail. That will continue to tell young people. If you raise a life for somebody else's good soup, you are being damaging your future for tomorrow. Because for that and the other 4 lawmakers, they are home with their family. But the young men still lying down in mosquito there. I don't think these are the things that you people fall for in the past. We should be frank and tell our friend, you wrong, you wrong. Let's get the justice stand. Let's get the justice and get prevail. But if we continue getting to cover people or getting because we are friends with that person or because the person my brother, like people are not going nowhere. We live in a world more civilized country. Things are not happy and they want try to happen like Europe. What kind of people we are? I think don't do that away, the sentiment, don't put a sentiment aside. They give government a chance. For that thing won the government 2 times before. So for that thing won it, if you win again, will be the victory, it's a political victory for him. So when come the sugar coat this play again, started dressing or something here, that's what for that Chico told the people that I'll be happy. When so now Chico stole the money from America, how many Nigerians he hurt in our country? How many people they build houses for in our place? And now you get here because of the trophy. When you are using money, Liberty Party, you get the Liberty Party of Mary making with the money. Thank you for the show, Mr. To.
Thank you, Clarence. Thank you very much. Again, folks, that's the voice of Clarence Davis, one of our strong supporters here. We don't agree on a lot of stuff most of the time, anyhow, but that's okay. One of the young men, just for information purposes, one of the young men that is sitting in jail tonight was in the street as Zoko. In fact, my understanding is artistic, and Flanty Kofa took him in his house, read him, pretty much brought him up, And then, of course, when he became representative, a young man started working with Flanty Kofa. So he's like a son to Flanty Kofa. So, but one of the things he decided to do was when this young man was arrested and they accused him, the idea was okay, those of us that were close would say, if this man is out and you get him out, you know what that's going to mean? People are going to die. So now that they have tied it towards, I think Flanty Kofa need to get him out anyhow. But thank you guys. Thank you guys very much. We're all preaching the same thing here that indeed we want to make sure Liberia survive and the Liberia stay on top. One of the things that I say, and I will continue to say, that this case is a perfect, perfect case for all of us. Those of us who believe in justice, those of us who believe in building institution. This is one of the cases that will build an institution. So I will start buying stuff here probably next week, where hopefully by then I will organize myself correctly. I will start the show with that particular process of the show with the trial of formula. When I did the trial of formula before, it took me almost a week. So it's going to take me a week. I will go through the process of trial of Dr. Bergman Formula Sr. When he got arrested, got accused of treason by Tubman administration. And we will go through that trial page by page by page so we would know, and then from there, then we will try to give you our own experiences as we were growing up in Town, the seat, the chiefdom seat of Biai chiefdom, which was also collecting money for the Tui party. And then we will bring ourselves to Monrovia, where we saw a lot of stuff in the early 70s. I mean, in the late 70s, we saw a lot of stuff, and we'll put us back in the 80s, and then we'll go through all of these documents that we have here. So just stay with us as we do the best we can. Again, this is Samson to Labrador Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight for tuning into Labrador Public Radio. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. And when we do these things, we are not necessarily trying to find fault. What those type of decision making process, we're leaving it with the audience. We make our case. Whatever we have to say, we come out and say it, and we leave those the judgmental decision making process with the government. I mean, with the people. Those of you that watch us will make these cases. We're not saying that we're right. In fact, we expect you guys to call in and challenge us as much as you can. Now, one last thing I'm going to say. I spoke on the issue of Isidore earlier. There's no way that I'm going to sit here, even as old as I am. Isidore is blessed that I'm old, because if I was still young, I think he and I would have it right now, and it would have been a place for people to visit on our page, because we would have probably most. I'm sure he would have engaged me anyhow. But I'm old now. I can't do these things anymore. But I will still speak. You cannot and you must not insult a woman, let alone liberal woman, a crown woman at that rate. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. This is not gribble behavior. Most of the gribble people we know, they don't behave like that. In fact, in our neck of the wood from the southeast, they say you don't rush to gribble man. In any kind of whatever conflict or whatever, you don't rush them, because they take their time to talk, and they take their time to do it, and they will do it right. In fact, some of the gribble people we have in Zwadru those days, they were the people that used to climb the tall palm tree with the rope around like that, because they're smart. They're very, very intelligent. They don't open their mouth like that, like the way I said they'll behave tonight. I was surprised to know that, knowing that he's a gribble man, to behave like that. I was surprised. But then again, sometimes you don't know. But to love president, we have to insult, because of president. We have your love for president. Where you going to insult a woman, which you don't know what happened between them. They might tell you what they want you to do. These people go way back. They go way back. They will only tell you what they want you to know. I don't know everything. Anyhow, I will say thank you very much for tuning in to a Drop Review. We'll say good night to all of you. Good night, folks.
Cookie Dali. Oh Dieu Seigneur, attends-moi ça. Voyez. Rachel de Kibo, je adé. Oh, abrené, gogo, nyaliba, banyo, nyaliba, porapave. Abre gogo, nyali. Abre gogo, nyali, Stéphane Soko. Oh, abrené, nana, amabrené, nana, gogo, nyaliba. Stéphane Soko, ya porapave. Aïe, gogo, nyaliba. Amana vere kasawa. Amana vere titi papa vere sa. Selipeto. Ayo yuje banyo. Niye sikre kama pa. Sisi niye la play. Oye nila gogo nyali. Ale banyo e koro bravo. Hey gogo nyali. Awo. Taba sisi nyoro wa arena vere ni paka. Taba sisi nyoro wa arena vere ni. Why? Ale na you ya for bravo. Abile gogo nyali. Yo so ma de jogure. Amro alo. Ade wa ba bele wa sa wa ke. Wa ba be. Abawo ma ba ni. Ni ama. Abawo ma ba ni. Abara su lo gbe la ba yo. Abile ni ka bele titi baba. Aja no